Okay, people. Happy New Year. Just one more that I want to do. I want to document. Okay, this is going to ORS. Today is the 29th, 30th of December. This is all going out January 1st. This is all that paperwork that we talked about in my other video. But I also have a letter that I made up for ORS. Now I will be sending one to the judge, but not one. I have another letter for the judge, but I'm going to send him a letter, her a letter, excuse me, and then this is what it says to the office, okay? That you will cease and desist, and this is your final notice, okay? You are required to answer questions about this stuff and show evidence that you have authority to steal money without a warrant, and you don't, and you are on notice, okay? Here's included in this envelope is all that stuff that I talked about, okay? Records inspection, burden of proof, claim of debt, bill of particulars and interrogatories, validation of let, proof of undertaking, all that stuff. All that stuff's in there, okay? It's all got an exhibit number on it, okay? And this is what I told them. Demand the office to immediately close the case for lack of jurisdiction, lack of legal standing, lack of judicial process. Okay? You're also in violation of my constitutional rights, separation of powers. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's executive and judicial. They're in the executive branch. They cannot do what they're doing. They don't have jurisdiction. Okay? Only a judge can seize property with a warrant, okay, or execute a money judgment, and they're doing it, and they can't. So it's cut and dry. You will refund all my wages garnished by income withholding order and refund any other arrearages within 30 days, okay? Or ORS and individuals involved will be held personally accountable for damages. And there I am, okay? So they have a copy. I'm sending that to the judge just because I know they're not going to answer. There's the stuff. I put the county clerk's office, but now that I have a name of a judge, I'm sending it right to her. Okay? There's the one going to ORS. That's going out the first. And this is my little thing that I wrote to the judge I told you about earlier. Okay? So I just go through the case and how I sent them several correspondence, no results, and blah, blah, blah. Multiple filings and services and procedures have been followed to the best of my ability. Okay, so copies of all my mail receipts are proof that I follow rules, okay, and I have done my due diligence to contact them many times and ask nicely to stop stealing my money and all that stuff. Okay, and then I put in there that I've contacted employers about cease and desist, but they all have the employers afraid of fines that they may receive from ORS, so they concede. Okay, so here's the thing about, now that I have a judge's name, they are obligated. If someone tells an officer of the court or a law enforcement agency or anybody that has to do with that kind of authority, if you tell them that you know about a crime being committed, they must act. Okay, especially if they've taken an oath. Okay, they are bound and they have to do something. Okay, and one of the reasons I did this little letter is because, you know, I told you guys, man, I had to ask my parents, man. I'm 50 years old, dude. I have to ask my parents to help me out with some cash for a little laptop and a printer. You know, because I don't have an extra $500, man, to file fees and you know, provisions, and they got all these scheduling fees for, dude, I don't have all that money. I don't have $5,000 that I can borrow to hire a lawyer and do all that crap, okay? So what I did was I went through this and I said, I am aware of multiple felonies being committed against honest, hardworking men and women, and the Office of Recovery Services is a scam, money-making operation inserted into the divorce decree. Okay, and I went through this little part I like. If you look at these motions or as I like to call them, notices. And please, Judge, can we not play the semantics game? I don't know if anybody knows what semantics are, but that is the study of meaning and language that is applied. So, for example, destination means the same thing as last stop. Okay? So that's from vocabulary.com. I received your letter that shows your concern about my procedural wording. This is the reason I have enclosed all this evidence. So basically what I do is I go through and I told her I've spent hundreds of hours working on this, and if you're going to, if I can't get a remedy and you're going to throw this away or dismiss it because of a word technicality, that would be a miscarriage, and I'm not going to tolerate that, okay? And then I went into, you know what, I followed the rules. These people are breaking the law, so now you have you have an obligation, and they're breaking the law, and now you're aware, so you're on notice, okay? So that's basically what that says, okay? And then I put this on the end here. I put, our great law enforcement officers don't demand payment or a fee before they stop a criminal, and the courts should provide the same safety and have the same integrity. After being reimbursed from the office for all their fraudulently garnished income, I would be happy to reimburse the court, okay? And then this is my affidavit. Everything that I say and everything that I put in there is all true and correct to the best of my knowledge. And I would ask that you dismiss this with prejudice. And with prejudice means that I can go after these people. If it's without prejudice, that means it's closed, nobody can touch it again, blah, blah, blah. And I want with prejudice because I am going to sue the pants off of these people. So anyway, that's what's going on. I told you I wrote a letter. There's my letter. I hope you guys have a great new year. And don't forget, man, we live in the best country in the world, man, where we have an opportunity to do this kind of stuff. And I love America.